So I put together 3 TikToks about dinks here.
We're dinks. We go to Trader Joe's and workout classes on the weekends.
We're dinks. We get into snobby hobbies like skiing and golfing.
We're dinks. We can go to Florida on a whim.
We're dinks. We're already planning our European vacation next year.
Dinks. We get a full 8 hours of sleep and sometimes more.
We're dinks. We get desserts and appetizers at restaurants.
We're dinks. We can play with other kids and give them back.
We're dinks. We still do it 3 times a week.
We're dinks. We spend our discretionary income on $8 lattes.
We're dinks. We max out our 401ks, Roth IRAs, and HSAs.
We're dinks. We don't use our kids or dog as an excuse to leave a party. We just leave. We're dinks. We're gonna get.
All right, so that's the next one. And they all have the same things in common. It's always about consumption, like the stuff that they get to consume. I mean, they're both aging not very well. He's losing his hair. They say they get 8 hours of sleep. It doesn't look like it. You know who gets 8 hours of sleep? I do. My wife doesn't, but I do. But my wife doesn't because Mila still sleeps in our bed. She's 6. She just turned 6 months old, and she breastfeeds, so she just sleeps in our bed. And then my wife, like, anytime she starts like fidgeting, my wife just grabs her, puts her on her boob, and then she falls asleep again. So her night is kind of interrupted. Mine is not. So if you're a man, get your wife pregnant. It's going to affect her more than you. But in the end, you both will be happy. It's tougher. It's tougher on the wife. But that's how nature, that's just nature. Everything that they talk about here, first of all, it's things we can do. We get desserts and appetizers at restaurants. Okay. We do too? I mean, like, why is this all exclusive to you? 8 hours of sleep, already planning your European vacation. It's like you choosing to play a video game on easy mode and then patting yourself on the back when you win or when you beat it. Okay, now try the hard version. Not only the hard version, but the more fulfilling version. And it's like a vicious cycle of nothingness. It's like you're a cartoon character. You know how cartoon characters, they're dressed the same. They never evolve. They're literally always the same. That's you. And you're choosing that. You're adults and you're choosing that. I tweeted, I said, the dinks, dual income, no kids phenomenon perfectly illustrates the castrated white Western man. Now, yes, obviously women too, but women are led by men and the men are failing their women. I wrote, consume, unconcerned about legacy. Now, it's not like you're going to be Napoleon. It's not like I'm saying you're going to be Napoleon and you're going to conquer the world and you need a legacy or anything, but it's also the little things, because whatever your life is, it's a big deal to you. And, you know, whatever you learn and whatever you achieve, you want to hopefully pass that down to your kids so they can continue it on. One thing that these dinks are obsessed with is staying relevant. Only concerned with satisfying basic fleeting urges. Everything that they think that they've achieved, like everything that they think that they can consume and do and all of that, it's fleeting stuff. It's never real. It's never like they're talking about being fulfilled. It's like what they can consume and that's it. I said they have no idea about the unconditional love they are missing out on.
We're dinks. We're gonna get asked daily when we plan on having kids.
We're dinks. Of course we're going to go out to eat every night after work.
We're dinks. We don't have to ask our family for financial help or to watch our kid when we want to go out.
We're dinks. We're going to go to Costco and buy all the snacks in bulk that we want.
Why can't you do that when you have kids? You're the boss.
We're dinks. We have disposable income to spend on whatever we would like and don't have to spend on a kid.
I gladly, like, at a certain point when you're an adult, you have everything you need to an extent. Like, yes, you want a really nice home and maybe a better car or whatever, but all that's like nonsense in the grand scheme of things. You know how fun it is for me? When I took Julian to his first movie, like 4 months back, and it was Ninja Turtles in Spanish, he was blown away, and he only saw 30 minutes of it because he fell asleep watching. He fell asleep in the movie theater. And then after, he said again, and I'm like, that's it. They only do one showtime a day, and it's over. So I took him to the toy store, and I bought him a Ninja Turtle, and then he became obsessed with Ninja Turtles. And that was, so I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Like, I would rather buy them things, or even my wife, than me. It brings me joy. But these people are all self-centered. I don't understand how you can have a sustainable relationship like this.
We're dinks. I'm going to go to every football game and play 18 holes whenever I want.
We're dinks. We're gonna get asked to every single family event what we're doing with our life.
All right. Cool. Congratulations. That couple, I commented on their post after that, and they wrote, Evan and I watching you guys blow up my comment section over some lighthearted joke. Yes, this is all a lighthearted joke. If we're talking about the individuals, I don't care about this. This is inconsequential. It doesn't matter. But it's indicative of a larger pattern. So that's why people like me have a problem with this. If this was 60 years ago and there was no birth rate crisis and there was social media and someone posted this, I'd be like, you guys are losers. Like, I feel sorry for you. Not having, choosing, like, you found someone. Congratulations. You know how many people out there are suffering trying to find someone? You found someone and you both decide, we're not going to have kids. What? Okay, so you're in a gay marriage. You're glorified roommates. But it's a bigger problem now because we have a birth rate crisis. I said about the lighthearted joke thing, I wrote, once you get off birth control, you'll leave him. Very sad. That's my theory also. Women are okay with whatever situation they're in. That's how they're programmed. They're agreeable. And if the man who's supposed to lead the relationship is like, hey, we should wait, or, you know, we shouldn't have kids, she's not going to sacrifice and risk the whole relationship, you know, by saying, no, I think we should. She's waiting for him to be like, to man up and be like, you know what, fuck it, we should have kids. That's what I did. I saw how my wife interacted with other children. I'm taking mental notes. I'm like, oh, she's great with kids. I saw how she treated me after I got eye surgery, and she like came over, and I couldn't see for a month. I was like blind for a month. She came over and took care of me and was super nice to me, and I was like, okay, check. And it was those little things. And then I took charge and then put a baby in her. I did it all backwards. I got her pregnant. Then we got married. Then she moved in with me 6 months before giving birth. And as it should be. Someone commented, people on here get unfathomably angry when they see two people living normal lives happily together. They're literally just chilling. Yes. This is what's annoying to me. And I don't argue with people online because it's a waste of time. But what annoys me is how people are incapable of any sort of critical thinking. Like, yes, it's two people, but we've seen these videos countless of times. We've seen this trend over and over and over again. And we've also been noticing, because of stats, that not only are we not having babies anymore, but we're literally getting replaced by the third world in our own country, and we're going to become minorities in our own country, and we're going to become the aliens in our country. I wrote, we are angry because we are witnessing the decline of Western society, not with a fight, but with a gay whimper. And then that girl blocked me for saying that. So this video was supposed to be recorded with sound, but I had some sort of glitch happening today. But you don't need the sound. Saturday morning vlog as a dink couple, 804. They're matching. They're wearing matching PJs, and he's helping make the bed, and they're putting all the decorative pillows on. He's acting like a good little golden retriever husband, and again, matching clothing. They're having breakfast. It's very quiet and peaceful. They barely talk to each other, and I know this is a montage, so you know maybe they did talk to each other. Then they're going to get a coffee at 8:47 a.m. And yeah, look, they went to the Trader Joe's and then they unpacked their food. It's very peaceful. They got oat milk, of course. I wrote about this, and by the way, Jack Posobiec had a good point about this. He said, fake tree, no ornaments, everything gray, no heirlooms, no joy, no one will remember them. Sad. I wrote, they may as well be gay married. And it got, I don't know, it got millions of views. I wrote, I'd wager she's on birth control, and the moment she gets off it, she'll leave him as per tradition. Science. Deja Rue, who I've on Twitter, good follow. We're dinks. We hate ourselves and are terrified at the thought of bringing mini-me's into this world and have absolutely zero faith in our ability to raise them into strong, conscious, resilient individuals. We're dinks. We've been subject to psychological operations designed to make us fearful of the future, climate change, and have been taught to hate ourselves to the point of our race literally being endangered. That's what we're mad about. We're mad at this psyop. It's a massive psyop, and the thing is it's working. Lindy Man had an interesting take. I like his because there's always a historical spin to it. He said, I like to call these arrangements Calypso relationships. In Homer's Odyssey, Calypso detained Odysseus for 7 years. She promised Odysseus immortality if he would stay with her, and she let him live on an island with bountiful pleasures, food, sex, recreation, no toil or work. But in the end, he ran away. Life on easy mode is not a life. Like, you need there to be some sort of something to keep you sharp. Like, what do you think the gym is? You know what the funny thing is so I'm going to go on InfoWars with Harrison to talk about dinks, but apparently I think he wants to talk to me about working out as well, because he doesn't believe in working out. And he's of the mindset that, like, I'm just going to get my exercise from, like, real things, like chopping a tree down and other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but if we didn't live in this modern society, like, yes, I would agree with you. Your job is a workout. You're a farmer, that's a workout. But we need to simulate hardship because everything is so easy. And, like, you really need to push yourself in order to not only better yourself today, but in the long run, especially if you have kids. And it's like, based on your theory, like, the Marines shouldn't be training for war, or the Navy SEALs. You know, like, you need to be prepared. And I think having a family prepares you for life, because it really exposes you to the true meaning of life. Whereas the dinks are not exposed to anything. They're sheltering themselves from experiencing the best things life has to offer.